Hey you guys, I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to use our Elenco electronic snap circuits. There's a few things we need to remember in order to make sure that they work properly. We don't break anything, we don't burn anything out. So first thing you need to notice is in order to make sure that we can all keep using them, we got to put them away properly. So there's a little map up here and everything's down here. I wanted to show you just a kind of couple quick things to notice about it. One is the little snaps that go down here. On this side, it's a 4 and a 4. In the middle, it's a 7 with a 5 and a 2 on top. And on the side, it's a 6 with a 3 and a 3. And then there's another 3 and 3 here. There's two little holes right here. Those get the jumper wires. They don't get the snaps that go inside them. And then in the bottom is two manuals. And I'm going to take you through, oops, sorry about that, the really important spots about them. So these tell you what to do, but we need to go over some really important safety features about working with these right now, okay? Okay, the first thing you should do is kind of flip through the manual, but I especially want to bring your attention to page 5. This is really important in dealing with batteries. The thing that it's going to tell you is not to short the circuit. That means you cannot take a wire and put it directly across the positive to negative. You also need to know that a switch is just like a wire. It's just a wire with something that opens and closes like a door, okay? So the same thing, if I were to put a switch directly across here, it would burn up the battery. Sometimes can make it get super hot, sometimes can make it leak, sometimes can make it burn. So we got to be really careful. I can't say this enough. Do not put a wire or a plain switch across the battery without putting something else in it. If you look at the picture here, you can see there's a couple different examples of kind of different ways that even if you put 8 wires, it's still called a short. It's still going directly through. And you could even already have all these different pathways for it to go. But if you make a space for it to just follow the wires, the electricity will go any of these directions. But if you give it a chance to go just through the wires, it will take that chance because that's the least resistance. That's the easiest for it. So it will, and it'll burn out the battery. So really critical. Now, how can you avoid shorting out the battery? Well, one, there are a whole bunch of projects in here. Just follow the projects. There's no free building until you've taken my class and learned about electricity. So I'm sorry to say no free building. You need to follow the directions for one of the projects in here. But don't worry, there's like 300 or something like that, 305. The next thing you need to pay attention to is positives and negatives. You'll notice on each piece, either they have a positive and a negative or they don't. Some do, some don't. So if I take a look at this one, you can see the positive is on this side, the negative is on this side. So match it to what's in the book. If you notice a capacitor, this one right here does not have a positive or negative. But when capacitors get bigger, they do have a positive or negative. So pay attention and match it to the book. So don't short out the battery and make sure you pay attention to the positive and negative. And then the third thing I need you to make sure you do is put everything away back properly, exactly how it goes. The first couple times before you actually close the lid, I want you to show it to me, Miss Birch, look, and I'll make sure that everything's in the proper order before you close it up. If you have more than one of these at each table, you also need to be really careful to make sure that the pieces don't get put in the wrong one. Anyway, have fun. This is a super fun kit, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I just thought of one more troubleshooting thing that you're going to want to know when you're playing with these. One, if the batteries for some reason get corroded, don't touch them. Just bring them to me. I'll take care of it. I don't want you to get any of it on your skin. If you do, make sure that you wash your hands. Second, if you're not sure if it's working, we want to test the batteries and see if they have enough charge in them. So you can do this a couple different ways. You can take out the batteries, or you can simply test them across the two snaps. These are each 1.5 volt batteries. So they should have 3 volts together or more. Usually a working battery has more than 3 volts. If it drops below 3 or below, it's probably not working well for our kits. So you're going to take a multimeter right here, and it should be on off. You always want to return it back to off so we don't drain our batteries. You're going to turn it to the volt side. You're going to put it on 20 volts. Okay, let's see, I got it on 200. There you go. 20 volts. And then you're going to take your two testing tabs, and let's see if I can show this to you. See if we can get all this in here. You're going to hold it across the positive and negative. Red is positive, black is negative. And so right now I can see, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see if I can hold that on. Right now it's reading at 3.10 volts. That means it's good. So I'm done. I know that's a good set of batteries. Turn it to off, okay? Where can you find this? This is going to be in our maker cart, which is right over there where those yellow bins are, top left corner. You'll find what's called a multimeter to test your batteries.